you get away with it, you can execute it, and they did.
Almost everybody has it, but nobody ever uses it. So when you do use it, you might use it every 5 years.
It never worked. It never worked in practice. Everybody's seen it, and it's something you do since you were a little kid.
It's a play that you hope works for you, and it's a desperation play. There's no question about that.
It was perfect timing. And hey, there's nothing against our defense. I mean, I think we were playing pretty good defense at that time, but they called the perfect play at the perfect time. It was perfect timing.
Yeah, that was stunning. I mean, that was shouldn't happen to a professional team. You know, you should know your responsibilities and recognize it, but it just came out of the blue. It was a heck of a play. Yeah, the odds against that happening?
1,000,000 to 1, 2,000,000 to 1. But Shula, he came up with a masterpiece with that hook and lateral.
The first part of it's not the hard part, the hook, and for a guy to catch the curl.
Strzok made an impeccable throw. The timing was just right.
We hit the hook. They figured that they were going to come in and tackle him, keep him in bounds, let the clock continue to run, and they all converged on him.
I was the man responsible for keeping everybody in front of me.
Tony Nathan did a good job of sneaking through the line and then coming unnoticed to catch the lateral and go up the sideline.
You know, Tony wasn't the fastest guy on our team, and to watch him going down the side, that might have been as excited as I've ever been during a game.
All of a sudden, the crowd that had been pretty silent erupted. I mean, it was so loud, you couldn't hear somebody 2 feet away unless you screamed at them, and even then it was difficult.
Drive for the extra point. There's no time left. The snap is down. The kick is up. The kick is good. That's the end of the first half. And here in Miami's Orange Bowl, Miami has pulled to within 7. Chargers 24, Miami 17.
When we went in at halftime, you know, our whole team felt like this is our ball game. You know, we're right where we want to be. You know, we might not be leading, but we're right where we want to be.
As we were going in and they walked off the field, I said to myself, we're going to win this game. First of all, we saw how tired they were as those guys were all coming off the field to let that happen. And we felt like mentally and physically that they were done.
I remember saying to myself that I was not going to be a part of a team that was up 24-0 and lost. And especially being the last game of the season. You live with that for the rest of the year.
We walked into the locker room and you would have thought that we were ahead by 20 points. We were so pumped up.
Our players were pumped up, and I didn't want to do anything to take away from that, so I didn't say much at halftime. We couldn't wait to play the second half.
When we return, the second half kickoff. And now, back to the NFL's greatest games.
We came out, I believe we had the ball to start the second half. Well, the first time we had it, if we didn't, it was just like, there's no question, we're going down and score. They can't do anything to stop us.
With restored confidence, Miami took the field, seeking to eliminate the costly errors which plagued them in the first half.
Rolf Benirschkes to kick it. To call it, here's Tom Kelly.
And the ball is in the air. Downfield is taken by Vigorito at the 6, to the 10, the 15, the 20. He's hit and dropped as he crosses the 25, rolling to the 26. Cliff Thrift was down there to hit him. Strzok, the quarterback, of course, has the back split. That'd be Hill along with Nathan. Takes the snap, gives the ball to Franklin. Kelcher grabs him as he gets to the 27 and pulls him down a gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
And it's funny how the crowd's attitude changes in such a short period of time.
Strzok, a long count at the line of scrimmage, back to throw, stop, nice protection over the middle, incomplete. Pass intended, a flag comes down for Hardy, the tight end, and they're going to call a pass interference now.
Well, they haven't called it interference, they've called it defensive holding.
That makes it an automatic first down, though. 1st and 10 at the 32. Strzok, who's having a field day, straight back to throw, comes down this side, the pass is caught with it out of bounds is Harris over on defense, Edwards and Willie Buchanan. Neither man able to stop the completion. Big play to the Charger, 39, 1st and 10, Miami.
And a great catch by Duriel Harris as the ball came through. Glenn Edwards was right there on top of him. They were over on the sideline. Strzok throwing it over and into the double coverage. And I tell you, Harris made a great catch of the ball.
24-17, Dolphins trying to get even, and the Chargers trying to find some way to glue their defense together. First down at the Charger 39-yard line. Strock, the quarterback, gives the ball to Franklin, trying the right side, and he is dropped by King, and coming up also Pete Shaw. Laslovic is there to make the stop in Kelcher. They'll mark progress to the 38, 2nd and 9. Harris to the right and Moore to the left. Strock straight back to throw, has time, dumps it over the middle. It is complete at the 35, drops there in his tracks on defense, Woody Lowe, and the pass is complete to Hill. A gain of 3. It'll be 3rd down and 6 at the San Diego 35-yard line. 3rd down at the Charger 35. Strock is back to throw. Has time, comes downfield. It is caught complete at the 17-yard line with the pass. Was Harris. 1st down, Miami. So this drive that started on the Dolphin 26 has moved to the Charger 16, where it's 1st down. Nathan straight ahead. He's hit by Laslovic inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. 2nd and 8 after a gain of 2. Chargers lead 24-17, but you get the feeling it's a momentary thing as Miami, after a 24-0 deficit, has come back to completely dominate this football game. Back to throw. Steps up, fires to the sidelines. It is incomplete. Into and out of the hands of Harris. Coverage by Edwards at the 10. Incomplete. I don't know what the Miami offensive line of Giesler, Kuchenberg, Denard, Newman, and Laxo suddenly decided to do that they weren't doing for Woodley, but Strock has been an untouchable. Back to throw is Strock on 3rd down. Fires downfield, complete in the end zone. Rose, touchdown.
He called a play, and it was like, Don, he said, you're going to be wide open on this play. You're going to be able to beat this guy inside, and you'll be able to, should be wide open for this touchdown.
Louis Von Schumann to try. Seems automatic. Line is set. The snap, it's down. He hits it. It's up. It's good. So we've got 10:50 to go in the 3rd period, and the game is tied.
The place just was nuts, man. It was our game.
The emotion, their attempt to come back, that was playing on your whole inner being, and we had enough veteran players on the team so that in a situation like that, that we knew, and I knew, that we could hang together and at least get a chance to win the game.
After both teams punted on their next possession, the Chargers got the ball in good field position and looked to retake the lead.
Wide to the left is Chandler. Joyner left. Winslow left. Scales to the right. Back to throw is Faust. Fires it downfield. It's complete at the 35. Scales to the 31. The defensive back, Small, fell down, and Blackwood made the stop. It is a 1st down. Chargers on the Miami 31-yard line. Chargers with the 1st and 10. We're tied at 24. 5 minutes to go, 3rd period. San Diego has seen a 24-point lead fall away. Faust takes the snap. Play action. Throws to the sideline to Chandler at the 30. At the 25, and down he goes. Good reaction over on defense for the Miami Dolphins.
Good mix of plays right now by Larry Weaver, the offensive coordinator. The Chargers are mixing up the middle, the outside, the middle, the outside. That's really the key element of the Charger offensive design.
Faust to throw. Has protection and time over the middle. He's got his win man. Winslow, touchdown. Hit him at the 5. Faust given the opportunity and protection to throw. Put it in the end zone. And Winslow, I think, ran right into the fence.
Ran into the end line.
John Cappelletti did a great job of picking up a safety on a blitz. He was supposed to go out in the pattern. Well, the guy he was supposed to draw away from Winslow blitzed. So he picked him up, made a great block, and that left Winslow one-on-one.
The quarterback pumps the ball. The linebacker breaks on it to try to jump in front of it. You then have to be an athlete to turn upfield, and the quarterback delivers the ball on the line.
Chargers have gone back on top, 30-24. Line is set, the snap, it's down. Banurshka puts it up, it's good. Timeout on the field, and the crowd somewhat subdued. We've got 4:15 remaining in the 3rd period as the Chargers go back on top. San Diego 31 and Miami 24.
Coming up, the Dolphins finally take command. Welcome back to the NFL's greatest games. With the San Diego offense regaining the lead midway through the third period, it was now up to the Charger defense to find a way to stop Don Strock.
The kickoff, a flag is down, taken by Vigorito at the 10. Vigorito is hit and knocked down and out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Gregor was down very quickly. No flag on the play.
They picked it up. And the coverage was down there, and Gregor hit Vigorito just about in his tracks where he caught the football.
Moore to the right, Harris to the left. The backs are split. That'd be Franklin along with Nathan. Strock the quarterback, straight back to throw. Dumps it off on the left side to Nathan, back of the line. Laslovic comes over to influence them, throw him out of bounds. A flag is down on the Dolphin 23, and they may have caught number 67, Kuchenberg, for holding. The ball is going back inside the 15, first and 15 at the 13-yard line. Strock has the back split, back to throw, dumps it off again to Nathan, back of the line at the 10, breaks the tackle, gets to the 15, 17-yard line, and down he goes. Chargers need a big defensive stand, but more than anything, they've got to restore some thought of normalcy to this Miami ball club. Second and 10, the ball nosed up to the Dolphin 18. Strock has the back, dumps it off again to Nathan, back of the line at the 10. He's hit, spins, tries to get away, does his hit again, fights his way for the first down to the 27-yard line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Chargers hit him before they brought him down. Short of the first down, but what an effort by Nathan. I mean, what a gutty play. Third down in inches, snap. The give, I don't know if he made a big pile up.
He may not.
Well, it all depends on who puts their foot down where.
Right foot or left foot? Let's see if they put it by the right foot or the left foot.
2:42, time remaining, third period. First and 10, Miami at the 27. Strock the quarterback, back to throw, looking left, fires it down, it hit Pete Shaw in the numbers. In the back of his jersey, it hit Pete Shaw.
If it had hit him in the numbers in the front of his jersey, it intercepted him.
Second and 10, Dolphins at their own 27-yard line. Cephalo right this time. Strock is back to throw, coming down the left side. It is caught by Cephalo, and he's down and out of midfield, tackled by Shaw. Caught it right inside Willie Buchanan. First down, Dolphins at midfield now, and the Charger defense could have to suck it up again. Harris right, Cephalo to the left. Franklin and Nathan behind Strock, who's back to throw. Steps up, goes right down the middle, got a man at the 20, 15, 10, touchdown. The tight end, Hardy.
I released outside, and Woody Lowe was the outside linebacker. I tried to lean on him a little bit and get a little bit of separation because he was quite a bit faster than me. And then looking up, and the ball was there.
It was man-to-man coverage. We knew the middle of the field would be open. All I had to do was, look to safeties, keep them wide, and then throw the ball to Bruce down through the middle.
I just kept running and running, and I was wondering if the end zone was ever going to get there.
They made a great play, and I was able to make the tackle and line up and play again, but I tell you, no defensive player likes to get beat.
On their next drive, the San Diego offense finally showed signs of cracking. The Dolphins would then get their biggest break of the game.
So it's going to be third and 10, San Diego at the Charger 17-yard line. Miami and San Diego in a shootout. Fouts to throw. Over the middle, downfield, it is intercepted at the 45. Back to the 40. Still on his feet, laterals back. With it is Small. He's at the 30, the 25, down to the 15, down at the 14-yard line. With it is Small.
Charlie Joyner fell down. It was a post route to Joyner. Joyner underneath the safety, and he fell down, but by then the ball had been thrown.
It was just the second San Diego turnover of the day. But in terms of momentum, Glenn Blackwood's interception and Gerald Small's lateral return tilted the scale completely toward the Miami side of the field. Carefully, the Dolphins placed themselves in position to finally take the lead and assume command of the game as the final seconds of the third period ticked away. When we return, surviving the Miami Heat.
You can't become accustomed to that type of humidity and that type of heat in such a short period of time as we did.
And now, back to the NFL's greatest games.
They were getting up slower and slower, and I think some of the blows we were giving them were starting to take their toll. You know, it was a physical football game, and I think, you know, after a while, your body starts saying, time out.
To start the fourth quarter, Miami wasted little time taking their first lead of the game against the tiring Charger defense.
The fourth period gets underway, tied at 31. May not be for long. The ball is at the Charger 12. It is 2nd and 7 Miami. The handoff is to Nathan. Sweeps to the right. He's at the 15, the 10, at the 5. Touchdown, Miami. For the first time in this ball game, Miami has gone on top. Charger defense never laid a hand on Tony Nathan.
Two great runs in this game for Tony Nathan, no question about it.
The Chargers had given up 38 points in less than 2 quarters, and were now fighting the heat and humidity, as well as the resurgent Dolphins.
It's the fine line between the good and the great, the dead and the living. That heat would take us to the edge of our stamina, to the edge of our breaking point. But in so doing, it took the opponents beyond theirs.
You can't become accustomed to that type of humidity and that type of heat in such a short period of time as we did. And it was exhausting. I mean, it was very, very exhausting, and I was drenched. I mean, I may have lost 9, maybe 10 pounds.
You could just feel yourself, you know, minute by minute, getting more and more totally spent. But you had to push on. You had to push on.
As the game wore along and as the humidity really began to take its toll, you could see the impact on players, particularly close to the line of scrimmage, the offensive, defensive linemen who were heavily padded and were just sweating so profusely. And then, of course, Kellen was probably the most visible guy, who was quite literally carried off the field several times, just worn out, exhausted.
It wasn't until, I guess, the latter part of the third quarter is when I really hit the wall as far as the hydration was concerned, and the cramps became an issue. It really got bad in the latter part of the fourth quarter when my back started to cramp up. And when your back cramps up, nothing works.
Despite their exhaustion, the Charger offense continued to move full throttle down the field as they had for most of the day. But fueled by the success of their offense, the Killer Bees held their ground. And the Chargers were left looking for answers after giving the ball back with 11 minutes to play. It was then that Miami's vaunted ball control finally became a factor. Shelled for most of the game as the Dolphins played from behind, the ground game began to grind the ball downfield as time became a factor.
Miami now using up the clock. First down, Miami.
It was first downs. Let's get first downs. Let's just control the football, go down. If need be, we'll kick a field goal. We'll be up by 10, and that'll be it.
Eating up the clock as well.
We thought they were dead. I mean, we're just waiting, like, throw in the towel. Come on. You're tired, it's hot, throw in the towel, let us win this game.
Dumps it over the middle, it is complete. Down to the San Diego 36-yard line, Hardy again.
I don't think Strock's thrown a pass out of the strike zone tonight.
Miami now easily within field goal range.
I knew we'd get another chance at it. If we can keep them from scoring, we had a chance to win the football game.
We were just trying to stop the ball. We were reaching for the ball, grabbing for the ball. The first person would come to the guy and tackle him, and the second person that would come in would try to strip the ball. That was our whole game plan.
First down at the Charger 24. Miami with a monumental drive. What a great exhibition of eating up the clock. Strong is put on here. hands off to the first man, and Gary Big Hands Johnson. The ball's on the ground. Chargers have recovered. San Diego's got the football at the 18-yard line. The fullback, Franklin, had it knocked loose. And the Chargers recover at the 18-yard line.
I remember Louis Kelcher sliding over and getting a hand on the football and just ripping it out. And that baby just spun to the ground. And it was like, it's magic!
No, that was a big play. That gave the Chargers that hope of, again, winning the football game.
Coming up, the Chargers' last chance.
I was just playing. You know, I wasn't thinking about whether the guy was tired or not. I wasn't thinking whether or not the defense was tired or whether we were tired. I just think about making sure we score.
Welcome back to the NFL's greatest games.
I tell you, I was very pleasantly surprised when we got the ball back. There was nothing that had to be said. We're on the 18-yard line. We got, 82 yards to go. This is what we're going to do. Ready, break. Let's go. Boom.
Fouts has 4 minutes and 39 seconds. And one of the tough defenses to throw against. And he's got to go 82 yards just to get a tie. Fouts, back to throw, falls down, gets up, steps out of the pocket, throws downfield. Joyner at the 25, Joyner at the 30, and fell at the 32, or could have picked up some more valuable yardage. Fouts is as tough as a dollar steak.
That was Dan. He would not let us lose in that game.
And hit Joyner for a first down at the 32. Wide to the right is Chandler. Wide to the left is Joyner. Back to throw, Fouts. Quick out to Chandler. Chandler coming to the side is out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Chandler stopped the clock when he stepped out of bounds. It's 2nd down and 4 at the 38-yard line. The winner plays either Buffalo or Cincinnati. Masick snaps the give to Muncie on the sweep. Muncie is at the 40, trying to get the first down. Can't. Stopped just short of the 40-yard line. Muncie got a real late hit from Blackwood, and Muncie looked up at him, and now the referee is saying, now, Chuck, boys will be boys. At the 40, it'll be 3rd down and 2, Chargers, with 3:25 on the clock running. In motion, Joyner. Fouts to throw. Fires it over the middle. Joyner has it for the first down at the 45-yard line, and Blackwood nailed him. 1st and 10 at the 45. Miami with a 5-man rush. Fouts has time. Goes downfield. It's caught by Joyner, who is pulled out of bounds at the 39-yard line. The Chargers are screaming for a face mask, but they aren't going to get it.
I was just playing. You know, I wasn't thinking about whether the guy was tired or not. I wasn't thinking whether or not the defense was tired or whether we were tired. I just think about making sure we score.
Chargers started on their own 18. They trailed 38-31. High formation at the 40. Fouts gives to Muncie. Straight ahead, he's to the 35-yard line. A pickup of 5. 2nd and 5. Kozlowski makes the stop. 2:03, 2:02, and that's it. The 2-minute warning here in the 4th period. 2nd and 5 when play resumed.
I remember seeing the faces of the Dolphin pass rushers trying to get to me, and the frustration after the ball was gone, and they still weren't any closer than 3 or 4 feet.
38-31 in favor of the Miami Dolphins. Fouts has 2 touchdown tosses, 270 yards. 2nd and 5, San Diego. Back to pass, fires it, batted away at the line of scrimmage. Boy, he had Winslow open at the 32. Drive started on the San Diego 18. Fouts back to throw. Steps up, throws it over the middle, complete. Winslow inside the 30 at the 28. First down, tackle made by Kozlowski along with Blackwood. Chargers 1st and 10 at the Miami 28. 1:31 remaining in this game. San Diego needs a touchdown to tie. Capoletti and Chandler wide to the left. Fouts to throw. Steps up, throws downfield. It is complete. Caught at the 10-yard line inside to the 9 by Chandler. They'll have to stop it now. The clock, that is, with 1:07 to go. Tackle made by Walker. 1st and goal. The ball is at the 9-yard line. The snap. Fouts back to throw. Looking. Cocks his arm. Stops. Throws throws it toward the end zone. Touchdown, San Diego. Catching it was James Brooks.
I was going to Winslow. He was the primary on the play, and I thought that if I put the ball up in the corner of the end zone, that being Superman, as he was that night, that he could, you know, put on his cape and fly out there and catch it. And I don't know where James Brooks came from. We'd run that play 1,000 times. Never once did he or that position ever have a ball thrown to him, let alone catch it. So for him to run the baseline of the end zone was about as smart a play as I've ever seen a guy make.
Line is set, the snap, it's down, Banerjka puts it up, it's good. With 58 seconds remaining.
Our coaches decided, because there was a wind blowing at us, that we should squib the kick, and we didn't. It backfired.
Taken there by Hill, and Eddie Hill brings it to the Miami 40. Pretty good field position. Miami first and 10.
I, as a quarterback, I would pray for a squib. You know, squib it to us, please. Give us field position immediately. I may have been making those thoughts known on the sidelines at the time. Why the heck are we squib kicking?
What a game it's been. What a game it has been. Strzok is back to throw. Looking, throws it upfield. It is almost intercepted. A diving try by Glenn Edwards, and he couldn't hang on. Edwards can't believe that he didn't come up with that football. Second and 10 at the Miami 40. 46 seconds remain. Back to throw Strzok. Strzok steps up, throws it right down the middle. It's intercepted and then dropped and rolling on the turf. They're going to call it Miami's ball. They're going to call it Miami's ball. It was intercepted by Buchanan, who couldn't hang on. And Miami will have a first down in the San Diego 49. Strzok with 4 touchdown passes. Takes the snap. He's back to throw. He gets rushed. He throws it over the middle, complete, down to the 30. With the ball at the 31-yard line is Nathan. First down, Miami. And I would imagine that Uwe von Schamann can't miss from that distance. See now with his Strzok, just tries to run it into perfect position for him. Strzok takes the ball straight ahead. Figueredo drives it to the 26-yard line. They're going to let the clock run down to where there's nothing left, and von Schamann will come on to try to win it.
Weeks before, I was placed on what they called the do-or-die team, the emergency team. And it didn't matter if you were a starter. It didn't matter if you were, you know, had the highest contract on the team. When the game was on the line, I was the jumper.
4 seconds remain. Uwe von Schamann comes on the field. He has made 17 of the last 19, so it's going to be about a 42-yard try. And the football season comes down to this. The snap high, it's down, he kicks it. It is short. It is short. It is short. They're going to overtime. The Chargers might have got a partial block on it.
Right here. No more than this.
When von Schamann's kick fell harmlessly to the Orange Bowl turf, the two teams wearily trudged into overtime with the score tied at 38. When we return, the triumphant performance of Kellen Winslow.
Today's player, they say you're in the zone. That's the way they describe it. But at that time, I think Kellen was playing outside of himself, and that everything.
And now, back to the NFL's greatest games.
Every time I think about that game, I think about Kellen Winslow and what a fantastic day that he had. We tried everything, and he just was marvelous.
In what would become a Hall of Fame career, this would be Winslow's defining performance. 13 catches for 166 yards against a Miami defense designed to stop him.
Today's player, they say you're in the zone. That's the way they describe it. But at that time, I think Kellen was playing outside of himself, and that everything clicked.
Even at this elevated playing level, Winslow paid a painful price for his great performance.
He was so tired that he possibly couldn't get up by himself. We'd help him up, and then he'd come back in and make another great play against us. So when they came over to the sideline, I said, let him get up by himself, please.
Despite fighting injuries to both shoulders and suffering from dehydration, Winslow's blocking and pass catching led the Chargers down the field in the opening drive of overtime. After moving at will all day, San Diego finally began to see victory taking shape.
Fires downfield, complete to the 40, to the 42-yard line, the old pro Charlie Joyner. Mouse gives to Brooks, straight ahead to the 20, to the 15, still running. Brooks is at the 10. Brooks is inside to about the 8-yard line.
Of course, as a kicker, you're thinking this is where generally games are decided by a kick. And so you're ready, and sure enough, we march down the field and we have an opportunity.
And so, like Von Schaman, minutes before, Rolf Benirschke has an opportunity to kick the San Diego Chargers into the AFC Championship game. It's a 27-yarder. The snap, it's down, he hits it, it's up. It's no good.
And now I'm devastated. I'm walking off the field going, I've just let my team down. A team that has fought so hard, laid their guts out there, and I've just missed the kick. We've lost this game.
Overtime, you know, anything can happen.
After more than 65 grueling minutes, both teams seemed spent. And while each sideline searched for precious energy reserves, neither could muster enough strength to sustain a drive. With their bodies now starting to fail, each player crossed thresholds of endurance which had previously been untested.
I saw a lot of players on our team starting to drag a little bit, but, you know, again, they would go out and do their job. For those 4 or 5 seconds that a play would last, everybody was going at 100%. And afterwards, it was like back to slow motion just to gather yourself so you can go again on the next play.
With just over 6 minutes remaining in overtime, Miami got good field position and began to move the football.
Strock at the 46-yard line, has the back split. Back to throw, looking. Chase throws it downfield, it is complete. Down to the Charger 25-yard line, Jimmy Cephalo. Miami positioning the ball now for a field goal try to be sure. Nathan straight ahead, gets some pretty good yardage down to the 20. Strock back to split. Long count, gives the ball to Nathan straight ahead. Nathan with the ball at the 18-yard line, pulled down. Dewey Von Schaman comes on the field. The ball will be marked down at the 25, a 35-yard try. Strock to hold, waiting for the ball. The snap, it's down, he hits it. It is blocked again. The Chargers block it. Looking for the ball, San Diego has it at the 16-yard line. The Chargers have blocked it again.
And I want to set the record straight. I did not block the second one. Leroy Jones, number 68, who is 6'8", got penetration and got the second field goal.
I can remember the sound of our kicker kicking 6 inches behind the ball. And I'm standing there going, man, we finally got this game won. And I can remember the sound. It's almost like a golf shot when you hit it fat. That's exactly what it sounded like.
Coming up, the thrilling conclusion.
Again, it was 2nd or 3rd down, they called for field goal. And I'm thinking, wow, Coach Coryell has a lot of confidence in me. I'm not letting him down.
You know, it's like a gambler who's thrown by 2 sevens. He's got, you know, he thinks he's lucky, you know. And I kind of had that feeling that we have a chance to win it again. I really did.
1st and 10 on their own 16-yard line. Fouts has the back split. Fouts backpedaling to throw. Looking, dumps it off. Brooks at the 15. Brooks back in the middle to the 20, to the 23-yard line. 1st and 10. Winslow coming in motion to the right side. Fouts back to throw. Fires it down. It is complete to Chandler. He's out of bounds at the 31-yard line. 1st down. Crowd roars for the Dolphins. Joyner left as Fouts is back to throw. Looking. Throws down the middle. It is caught by Chandler at midfield. Great catch by Chandler and a big hit by Lyle Blackwood. 1st and 10, San Diego at midfield, and Chandler is down flat on his numbers. Fouts with a 1st down at midfield. It's Fouts to throw. Cocks his arm, pumps, looks. Looking, throws downfield. He's got Joyner at the 10. Joyner's at the 15-yard line. Charlie is down to the 10-yard line. 1st down, San Diego. Fouts looked and pumped and moved and faked and spotted the old veteran and flipped it to him, and he got to the 10-yard line for a 1st down. Easily with his field goal range.
After he hooked the chip shot, was there any doubt? Absolutely. You know, after Von Chaman chunked his and Kellen made the block, absolutely. This is not a normal football game.
With 2nd or 3rd down, they called for field goal. And I'm thinking, wow, Coach Coryell has a lot of confidence in me. I'm not letting him down.
From the 19-yard line, a 29-yard field goal try to win it. The snap. It is down. It is up. It is good.
And as it went through, I remember there was absolute silence. And I turned to Ed Luther. I go, didn't it go through? Didn't we win? And then I could see the bench behind him going nuts.
You know, I'm a male. I don't know how it is to give birth or anything like that. You go and you hug a guy, and there are some guys, and you don't see a blink. You see a stare, you know? You see a deep stare. That's what I remember. I remember Kellen being completely exhausted, where he had to be carried off the field.
My back cramps up. My legs cramp up. My calves cramp up. My shoulders are cramping. My stomach is cramping. For some reason, I wanted to walk off the field without help, because I came on the field the same way. But my back kept cramping up, and then it's a shot of that you see a lot on ESPN.
My biggest mistake in that game was not helping Kellen off the field. There you are. You got Eric Sievers, Billy Shields, Kellen in the middle. It's the shot you see all the time, and it could have been me. You know, I tell my friends, that's the biggest mistake of my career.
I always get a little bit frustrated when everybody says, oh, what an effort, when they were carrying him off the field. And I thought, you know, guy weighed 50 pounds more than me. I was hitting him most of the time. They should have been carrying me off the field.
Never once did anybody ever help me off the field. I got my butt off the field in my own power with a broken back, broken ankles, you name it. I've had it all. But you get off the field. Be a man.
For Miami, it was a defeat which seemed impossible. 3 times they had victory in hand, but it was the Chargers who were moving on.
It was like the, you know, all the air went out of the balloon when that ball went through the uprights.
As a player, you go back and you replay the whole game. And you say, what could I have done different? You know, when you get beat by a bundle, it doesn't matter. But when you lose a game the way we lost, and I think that's why that room was so quiet.
The stadium was almost empty, except way up high was a group of people in yellow Charger Power t-shirts. And it must have been, you know, maybe 500, 600, but they were still in the stands, and I had a long run to go, or at this point it was a long walk to the locker room, and they were up there, and I remember looking up at them, and they were still cheering and having a good time and carrying on.
For San Diego, the ecstasy of winning was dulled only slightly by the pain of complete exhaustion.
You would think it would just be nuts, and guys were jumping around, screaming, yelling, having fun. We were pumped up, but I tell you, it's very, very much more low-key than other locker rooms I'd been in. It was more of a, thank God that's over. Thank God we got out alive.
I could honestly say that I was as tired as I've ever been. It was probably as long as I've ever played in one game.
For one Charger, the emotional victory represented the culmination of an even greater personal battle.
There's a lot. You can come into games, and if you miss them, you sometimes get a chance again. Not always, but Coach Braden and some of the other players on the sideline said you're going to get another chance, and they were.
At the end of the evening, after all the reporters have come and gone, I had a chance to think about my own life and what I had gone through. I had been through a devastating illness a year and a half before. I'd had 4 surgeries. I woke up weighing 123 pounds, didn't know if I would see the next day. I was convinced my football career was over, and for whatever reason, the Lord gave me a second chance to play. And my life was lived out in this football game where I'm given a second chance, which never happens. It doesn't happen.
The next week, San Diego went from tropical Miami to 59 below zero Cincinnati. Caught in a frozen crossfire, the Chargers broke down as the Bengals advanced to Super Bowl 16. The following season, Miami exacted a measure of revenge in the divisional playoff. They dominated San Diego as David Woodley ran and passed the Dolphins to victory 34-13. Miami, not San Diego, would advance to Super Bowl 17. But for both teams, the epic in Miami was an event never to be surpassed. The rarest of moments where the struggle of battle was far more memorable than who won or lost. For 71 minutes and 27 seconds, the game of football was played on a field of honor, never to be forgotten by those who participated that day.
Really, for all of us that played in that game, that was our defining moment. It was for Kellen, for Dan, certainly was for me, and I'm just delighted that I have that kind of memory to take with me.
Access weeknights at 7 Eastern. We'll see you then.
From Mile High Stadium in Denver, Colorado, it's the rematch the Browns have long awaited. They've been waiting an entire year to get revenge against the Denver Broncos for losing the AFC Championship last season in Cleveland. Now the time is here. The Browns against the Broncos for the right to go to the Super Bowl. Bernie Kosar for the Browns, John Elway for the Broncos. The Browns' dog defense against Elway and company. It should be a tremendous matchup here in Denver, and the weather is ideal. 40 degrees and lots of sunshine today, and it should be a fast track. It'll be the Browns' bid again for an AFC championship, something that's eluded them for the past 2 or 3 seasons. This time, they think it's their turn.
Bernie Kosar was a 1-year-old when the Browns last won the NFL championship. Cleveland has celebrated nothing but heartbreak since.
The ball on the 13-yard line of the Raiders, who lead 14-12.
The play came in, red right 88.
But with Cleveland needing only a field goal, the Browns appear to be in the driver's seat. Sipe is going back to pass, wants to take a shot into the end zone. He looks, he throws, and it's a great play that may have been intercepted, and the Cleveland Browns call the football once too often. Holy Toledo!
It was inexplicable to me that we didn't go for what could have been a chip shot.
In the 1985 divisional playoffs, Ernest Biner's 66-yard touchdown lifted the Browns to a 21-3 halftime lead over the top-seeded Dolphins.
Moreno gives the ball to Davenport, and he's got the first down and maybe more. He's going to go all the way.
Miami came back to win 24-21. Brian Brennan's acrobatic touchdown gave the Browns a 7-point lead in the 1986 AFC Championship with just over 5 minutes to play. Then came the drive.
And the Broncos are 98 yards away from where they need to go.
This was it. They were on their way to the Super Bowl, and then John Elway ruined the party.
42 seconds to go. Broncos at the Cleveland 5. Touchdown, Mark Jackson.
After the catch, for me, I could hear a pin drop.
Carlos's kick is on the way, and it is gone.
Just inches. That was the difference.
The Denver Broncos have come from behind to win it in overtime.
In the Super Bowl, the ball did not bounce the Broncos' way as the Giants captured a 39-20 rout. Denver, still without a championship, had suffered its second humiliating Super Bowl defeat. Dallas outdistanced Denver 27-10 in Super Bowl 12. In 1987, the Broncos and the Browns play again for a Super Bowl berth, this time at Mile High. Coming up next, the opening kickoff.
So tell me about yourself.
Well, you know, I'm an organized person, somebody who does not leave details. Ouch. I'm actually very, very good with groups. Group work. I've surpassed all my goals in my previous position, my prior job, and your competitor. My personnel and me have surpassed their own goals.
Oh. Get famous at mytalkingstain.com.
Now you can leave the wrinkles to new refresh technology with the Kenmore Elite Steam Care Dryer. Unlike ordinary dryers, the Kenmore Elite Steam Care Dryer has a steam care cycle. Using the power of heat and water, it refreshes clothes and relaxes wrinkles, all with the touch of a button. Kenmore, it's that simple. Come to Sears for the latest innovations in steam technology and the largest selection of leading brands in laundry care. Sears, where it begins.
Who could that be? Oh, wow. No, I'm there for you, buddy. That was Brad. He really wants to vent.
We should go.
Ready to vent? Let's vent. Let's vent.
Let's vent. Introducing the vented wide mouth can from Coors Light. It lets in air for a smooth, refreshing pour.
Is he okay?
I think we'll be venting a little longer.
Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
When I used to feast like this, I would have a troop of minstrels to serenade me. Those were great times.
Alas, my love, you do me wrong to cast me off discourteously.
Green sleeves was all my joy. Green sleeves was my delight.
Relive the 2007 season. The 5 best games from Week 3 are re-aired back to back. Sunday is still game day. Don't miss the action. NFL Replay, today starting at 1, only on NFL Network.
I'm Mike Nolan, and you're watching NFL Network.
Broncos wide receiver Brandon Marshall needed stitches in his arm after an accident at his home in Orlando, Florida. Adam Schefter's reporting that Marshall was treated and released at a local hospital and is expected back in Denver on Monday. During the 2007 season, Marshall posted team highs and career highs with 102 receptions, 1,300 receiving yards, and 7 receiving touchdowns. The Bengals have acquired another weapon for Carson Palmer. Former Colt tight end Ben Utecht is heading to Cincy. The Colts could have retained Utecht, but they opted not to match a 3-year, $9 million offer for the restricted free agent. In other news, according to Adam Schefter, free agent kicker Orlando Mari will be visiting Denver and Seattle early next week. In Green Bay, safety Atari Bigby signed a 1-year tender, and the 49ers re-signed unrestricted free agent cornerback Donald Strickland. You're watching NFL Network Now.
For now, let's get at this. Get some field position right here. Let's go, D.
Cleveland will start from the noisier end of the field. The AFC Championship is underway. It spins to McNeil at the goal line. Dropped at the 12-yard line. Tony Bodie made the tackle. Bernie Kosar, only 24 years of age, the quarterback. Ernest Biner and Kevin Mack will be the running threats. Reggie Langhorne is the fastest of the Browns. Webster Slaughter, perhaps the most dangerous. Ozzie Newsome, many times a Pro Bowler at tight end. Simon Fletcher with the sack at the 4. No fumble. He was down.
You have the feeling and the intensity of this huge crowd. And, of course, Cleveland is back in the horseshoe end of the stadium. That's where it is noisiest.
I remember, too, the crowd. I mean, the home field advantage never, I think, was more evident than in that ball game up there.
The place was actually shaking. The whole stadium was shaking. And it was so noisy inside that stadium that it actually hurts your ears.
Second and 19. Ernest Biner to the 10, maybe the 11. Biner from East Carolina. He's the heart of that Cleveland offense behind Kosar and highly regarded by his coaches and players. In fact, Biner, according to Marty Schottenheimer, he said after Kosar, he's the last man I would trade. Third and a dozen. Over the middle, incomplete, intercepted. It's intercepted on the juggle. Freddie Gilbert, number 90.
That was a first down. I mean, it was a great call. Webster executed. He just didn't make the catch on the play, and it ended up being an interception.
Watch this ball. Bouncing right off the hands there. Juggled once by Dennis Smith. But Lilly comes up with it. Gilbert comes up with it. They've got the shot from the 17-yard line.
Coming up next, Denver strikes first.
You watched in awe as he dominated the collegiate ranks, cheered on his leadership and poise at the Senior Bowl, and saw him blow away coaches and scouts at the NFL Scouting Combine. On April 26th, witness the next chapter unfold.
With the first pick, the Miami Dolphins select
the 2008 NFL Draft this April, live on NFL Network.
Fall in love with melty cheese. Taco Bell's cheesy beefy melt. Seasoned beef and melty, and even more glorious melty cheese. Get yours before it's gone.
Draft day 2003, sitting at home at my mother's house and waiting to get picked. And actually the Falcons told me they was gonna definitely get me. Comes around, they chose Brian Scott. So Cincinnati comes around. No pick. And at this point, I'm dehydrated, I'm stressed out, and I'm literally on the ground with no energy. And my mother's trying to let me know everything's gonna be all right. You know, all worked out well. Got drafted 4th round to the Patriots.
The 2008 NFL Draft, coming in April on NFL Network.
Special Agent, they're trying to stop you from saving time and money on auto insurance. Here's the play.
Quote by print. Got it, Coach.
When there's only seconds on the clock, Esurance gives you a fast break.
From all the hassle of buying auto insurance, you don't have to jump through hoops.
At Esurance, instant comparison quotes let you screen prices yourself.
So you can net yourself some savings.
It's a slam dunk. Save time and money on auto insurance. Visit Esurance.com today.
The phone company has an important message for its customers. Don't listen to Vonage.
Well, over 2 million people have already switched to Vonage.
Oh, really?
With Vonage, you get unlimited local and long-distance calls for just $24.99 a month.
Unlimited for just $24.99?
What do you charge?
Hey, for over 100 years, the only thing we've changed is...
Your prices?
Whoa.
Sign up now with Vonage and get 1 month free using your high-speed internet connection.
Call 1-800-425-4159 or go online today.
Welcome back to Film Session.
From the 18. Sammy solid. Felix Wright, 22, the tackler. Let's look at the Denver Bronco offense. Elway with Winder and Lang. Natil for the injured Vance Johnson. He's in the hospital. That groin injury suffered last week, hemorrhaged. Mark Jackson, Clarence Kay, the tight end, caught 2 touchdowns against Houston. Studdard, Bishop, a Pro Bowler, Freeman, Humphreys, and Lanier are the offensive lines. Winder hit hard, but close to a first down. He has the first down at about the 6-yard line. It was Felix Wright again, the safety man. With Sewell in motion. He throws wide open, touchdown, Ricky Natil.
Ricky Natil had a great game. I mean, here's a rookie that's in a championship game that steps up and makes some huge plays. You can't ask for much more from a rookie, and you lose a guy like Vance Johnson.
When Vance went down against Houston, I think it was a late hit. Guy comes falling on him and ruptured a vein in his inner thigh, which actually could have killed him. I found out later when we started the game against Cleveland for the AFC Championship. Ricky and I have 82 on our towels, and my only advice to Ricky was, here's your opportunity. You know what you can do.
Look at this great offensive protection. Elway patiently waits, a little fake, a look away, and now.
The Browns countered with bruising runs by fullback Kevin Mack. Bernie Kosar followed with a finesse passing game, arcing his first completion to Ernest Biner. Then came 3rd and 1 from the Denver 45.
This time it's Kevin Mack. Fumbles. And Denver says they have it. They do.
Well, after we had the 2 early turnovers, I think we were in shock, and we thought, what's happening? Is this a curse against us? What are we going to do? I mean, we just can't seem to control ourselves and handle our business against the Broncos.
That was just a normal thing, I think, and that was reflective in the number of takeaways that we had during the year. That was just a part of what we did all the time in practice. Coach Collier always was looking for turnovers.
Dick Cowell, similar to the beginning of last week's game against Houston. Houston drove down the field only to turn the ball over down near the goal line. Here we see the drive. Cleveland driving the football, and out in the middle of the field, Lilly strips it away, and Denver recovers.
Well, the Broncos have their second turnover midway through this first quarter. Looking for a bundle, gets away. Those eyes in the back of his helmet to the 48-yard line. 7 minutes left in the first quarter, and Denver looking to add to the 7-0 lead. Gene Lang. To the 10-yard line.
Denver usually throwing the football to get this kind of gains, but what a great play by Gene Lang. Explodes into the secondary downfield before they get him out of bounds, and Denver threatening again.
They did not have a run that long all year. 29, the longest in the regular season. 42 for Lang. The draw, the Winder, and he's inside the 5.
I actually don't know why they were able to move the ball as well as they did on the ground. We practiced well. I thought we were prepared. I thought everybody was ready to go, and for whatever reason, we just couldn't gel and come together and do something we'd done all season.
They had the ability, I think, through the threat of the pass, which we probably, in retrospect, focused on more than their running game. But they had the ability to run the ball effectively.
Gene Lang steps up, makes a couple really big plays. Sammy Winder is, we called him the mud man, but he was Mr. Consistency, and we just pounded it out.
At the goal line, the drive stalled. On 2nd down, Elway fumbled the snap. The ball landed just past the Browns' outstretched hands. Elway pounced on it, setting up 3rd and goal.
Jackson in motion. Elway over the middle, incomplete. So for the Cleveland Browns, a moral victory. Flag is down, and it may be a motion penalty against Denver. No, holding losing against Cleveland.
Minifield, he played very physical, and he played physical all the time. And for a referee to call something like that, just bumping around in the end zone, we felt like, you know, what else do we have to overcome to win this game?
Reverse Sewell, no one there for Cleveland.
A very emotional Cleveland defense moving quickly to try and shut off the run to the right. And Sewell all alone going back to the left.
Carlist for the extra point. The Kubiaks hold. It's 14-0.
Up next, Kosar attempts to rally the Browns.
No matter how demanding my workout is, I'm not done until I finish it with EAS Myoplex. Taken within 30 minutes after my workout, the high-quality protein in Myoplex helps me refuel and build lean muscle. That way, I don't waste my workout. Now I'm done. Grab your EAS Myoplex at a leading retailer near you, or for your free sample, go to EAS.com.
If hamburgers were meant to be frozen, wouldn't cows come from Antarctica? Wendy's hamburgers are made with fresh, never frozen beef. Who else can say that? It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's.
Hi guys, what's going on?
Buzzword bingo.
Buzzword bingo?
These innovation meetings are killing us.
The hype, the jargon.
The buzzwords.
Every time you hear one, you mark your card.
In short, we are 100% committed to facilitating a culture of out-of-the-box, goal-oriented, value-added, disruptive Web 3.0.
Bingo.
When the sunshine comes, I can feel it all over. Sunrise, start my day over.
Want to get away to the sunshine? Book your spring vacation now on Expedia for the best prices guaranteed. Like Florida, 5 nights plus air from just $325 per person. Go with confidence. Expedia.com.
NFL Network. Football 24/7.
Welcome back to Film Session.
McNeil coming up to the 12. And dropped at the 30-yard line.
You know, we're down 14-0, but, you know, we were moving the football early on these guys. You know, we were making plays.
Kosar down the middle to Ozzie Newsome, and the veteran tight end has a first down at the Denver 45. Dennis Smith made the tackle, 25 yards on the play.
Ozzie Newsome invading the territory patrolled by Dennis Smith, 49. You see how much room he had there as Smith late in arriving to make that tackle.
Bolstered by Newsome's 25-yard reception, the Browns marched downfield. But at the Denver 38, the Browns needed another big gainer to keep the drive alive.
3rd and 17. Down the middle, he has a man, and it's Clarence Weathers, first down at the 19. There's a defensive line for Denver, front 3. And their linebackers, Fletcher, Mecklenburg, Astar, Hunley, and Ryan. And the secondary, Dennis Smith, number 49, for the injured Harden, with Haynes and Wilson at the corners, Lilly the other safety man. Just inside the Denver 20, final minute, first quarter, 14-0 Broncos. And this Biner, nothing there. Andre Townsend again. 15 minutes gone, Denver in early control.
Up next, the Browns let a scoring chance slip through their fingers.
Hey, fellas, check this out.
First time I saw her, she set my world, she set my world to reeling. And as the years go by for this country guy, well, we never lost the feeling. With this Billy Goat, I played my last note. I can't wait to get home. Viva Viagra.
Talk to your doctor about Viagra, America's most prescribed treatment for erectile dysfunction. Learn more at Viagra.com.
Viva Viagra.
Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Don't take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects may include headache, flushing, upset stomach, and abnormal vision. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease in vision or hearing.
You know what they're thinking. Arby's Market Fresh Reuben on marble rye bread or the rye wrap. With corned beef, melted Swiss, Thousand Island dressing, and sauerkraut. And for dessert, try our new chocolate turnover. They'll have you saying, I'm thinking Arby's.
When it comes to treating frequent heartburn, Prilosec OTC is the only name I trust. My doctor recommends it. And it's been the favorite choice of doctors across America for years. Maybe that's why Prilosec OTC has been used by over 10 million frequent heartburn sufferers. I just know I can count on it for my heartburn. So I won't miss out on life. Try Prilosec OTC, the round-the-clock heartburn blocker.
But he came and picked me up and had flowers for me in the front seat and a Cal t-shirt and a pink baseball cap. And I was like, oh, and it was really sweet.
Funny how one little date can change the rest of your life. eHarmony.com.
Relive the 2007 season. The 5 best games from Week 3 are re-aired back to back. Sunday is still game day. Don't miss the action. NFL Replay, today starting at 1, only on NFL Network.
NFL Network, football 24/7.
Now down in the noisy end of the stadium. 2nd and 10. Into the flat, but nothing much there for Ozzie Newsome. Give him 2. Mark Haynes, the cover man. Gilbert applying pressure on Kozar, who's sidearmed for 2 yards. Down the middle, incomplete. Flag down. Langhorne, the intended receiver. Mark Haynes on the cover. But a flag is down on the near side.
In an area that we would expect to see either a holding call or an illegal bump call.
That's it. That'll give the Browns a first down. First down. Got through a tackle by Roland Jones and edged inside the 10. A gain of 5 or 6. 2nd and 5 from the 8. Matt trying to make amends. Gets only a couple. Kozar having trouble hearing, and Jim Tunney, this is an official's timeout.
On the goal line, going in, the best way to quiet a crowd is to score. That South stands down there is nuts. You can't quiet them down. That's like trying to quiet down the dog pound in Cleveland.
Biner is open in the flat, but can't make the catch.
He'll just sidearm this ball out to Biner, but Biner feels the pressure. He knows he's going to get the hit. Biner did not handle the pass, and he's mad at himself. He is a very reliable receiver, but that one went through his hand.
A 29-yard attempt by Matt Barr. And Cleveland erases the 0 on their side of the scoreboard. And with 13 minutes left in the first half, it's 14-3 for the home team.
Cleveland
was the underdog, and they played like it. It was a very nervous first half, and their possessions were sloppy.
I know Dan was thinking, let's just control the ball, run some short dink routes, and you know, he was pretty sure that we could win the game with that strategy.
Denver's methodical offensive attack continued to overwhelm and frustrate a reeling Browns defense.
Third down and 4. Elway on a draw. He's special. First down at the 46, and there goes the flag. Late hit. Chris Rockins came in late, number 37.
They're going to have to restrain Clarence Kay, who is furious, and rightfully so. No reason in the world to come up and take that kind of late shot. And I think maybe one reason these Denver players are so angry is because Vance Johnson was put out of the game, this game and last week's game, with that kind of late shot.
And he went right for the head of Elway, and that'll cost Cleveland 15. Again, shotgun on first down. Wide open underneath is Natil. He can fly. First down at the 25.
Natil coming all the way across underneath, able to get open underneath the zones for Cleveland on that last play.
Winder on a delay. Did not fool Cleveland. Clay Matthews, Pro Bowler again this year. Number 1 pick out of Southern California, there to make the stop.
Dick, I'm amazed at how well this Denver Bronco team has been able to run the ball against that Bear defense.
There goes Elway. And he slides down at the 21. That'll be 5 or 6 yards shy of a first down.
Every time they seem to get Denver stopped, there goes Elway, either scrambling away, getting extra time, or simply running with the football. And I think in looking back at this game, maybe the most important difference between these two teams was Elway's scrambling ability.
For the time again. Wide open, Natil to the 1-yard line. From another touchdown. And the touchdown for Gene Lang. That caps an impressive 80-yard drive by the Broncos.
We mentioned the Cleveland Browns wanted Denver to come inside and play the physical game. They have, and they're doing a pretty fine job of it.
21-3.
We'll get 3 and out. We'll win this game, I guarantee you.
Leading not just by exhortation, but by example, Rulon Jones's sack did indeed force Cleveland into a 3-and-out. Meanwhile, the Browns defense was seemingly unable to contain the slippery Elway. After 3 consecutive incompletions, Rich Carlos's field goal try missed badly to the left. Led by the brilliant running of Mack, the Browns willed their way back into Denver territory. Then, once again, self-destructed. First, Webster Slaughter was flagged for a 15-yard personal foul. On the next play, Tony Robbins and Jeremiah Castile combined to knock the ball free from Brian Brennan, resulting in the Browns' 3rd turnover. Following the 2-minute warning, Cleveland's defense finally responded, twice sacking Elway and forcing the Broncos' first punt. Kosar took over with 38 seconds left in the half. After completing a 24-yard pass to Webster Slaughter, the Browns had enough time for a field goal attempt. Barr's 45-yard kick was wide right.
One of the things that really strikes me about this football game is how horribly things had gone for Cleveland in that first half. And yet, they didn't give up.
Up next, the second half. The Browns fight back.
What if there was a travel rewards point that was easy to turn into travel? One you could use at over 30,000 hotels worldwide and redeem for any seat, any time, on any airline on Expedia with no blackout dates. Introducing Thank You Network on Expedia. Another reason more people choose Expedia than any other travel site. Go with confidence. Expedia.com.
See you tomorrow, Steve.
Do not let her get gum. You know it's Tony Stewart. Tony, get the camera. I've got the camera. Oh, Tony, he's a huge fan. Ready?
Tony, you okay?
Armor All wash, wipes, and tire shines. Go ahead, stare. And for even better defense against UV rays, try new and improved Armor All Protectant.
The Path to the Draft is on NFL Network, the show that examines every detail leading up to the first pick.
The Miami Dolphins select.
Get unique access into the draft from our college insiders. Find out which teams are looking to move up and which position will dominate the first round through in-depth mock drafts and expert analysis. He belongs among the elite. The future of the NFL begins here. Path to the Draft, weeknights at 6:30, exclusively on NFL Network.
Uh-oh, that'll leave a mark. And another. If scratches, dings, and nicks drive you crazy, get Fix-It, the fast-action scratch remover from Simonize. 1, apply Fix-It to the scratch. 2, push Fix-It's high-tech formula deep into the pores of the surface. 3, just wipe it away. Got a door ding? Just fix it. That annoying nick? Fix it. You could spend over $150 at a body shop, or you could get Simonize Fix-It for only $19.95. We'll also include the finishing kit, a $30 value, yours free. You'll also get Fix-It for the home. Scratch stovetop? Fix it. Scratch refrigerator? Fix it. And it's yours free. But call right now and we'll send you the Simonize Turbo Vac, the car vac with the muscle to pick up any mess. Yours free. You get it all. An $80 value for only $19.95. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-506-0705. Call now.
We get in at halftime. Lindy Infante was our offensive coordinator. He said, we're down 21-3, but he made a profound statement to us. He said, well, we're going to play this game like it's 14-7. We're not going to come out, get into a 2-minute offense, and just, throw it every play.
We don't need to do anything extraordinary. Let's just go play. Stop and sort it out like it was when we practiced it all week. The mind has to be clear so that we can execute. Yeah. So clear your minds. Think about the way we worked it in practice this week. We don't have to be spectacular.
It's really tough, especially on the road, to turn the momentum around. So going in at halftime, we really felt like we had them right where we wanted them.
Johnson lines it to Bell. Woo. Looked like an outfielder and returns to the 25-yard line. Winder on first down. A couple of yards. Sam Clancy. And Reggie Camp, 96th. Elway on 2nd and 9. Sewell in motion, the all-purpose back. Elway's going to throw to him. And he's hit hard at the 27.
We have a penalty flag on the far side of the field. I believe they're going to call that one back.
Holding, 23 offense.
To the shotgun goes Elway at his own 16. Center screen to Winder. Down at the 24-yard line.
Jump him now, Mike, they're flat.
3rd and 11 for Elway. There's that Tarkenton roll. And then the throw downfield, intercepted. Felix Wright.
The number one thing we said we needed to do was to get some pressure on Elway, because he sometimes would make bad decisions when he started scrambling around, because he's a true competitor and he wanted to win, and sometimes he tried to do more than the play would allow.
Elway makes a very dumb throw, makes a mistake. Had not made mistakes in the first half. He made a dumb mistake, and Cleveland suddenly had hope.
It raised our spirits because we realized, okay, finally, something's gone in our favor.
So Bernie Kosar and Cleveland set up at the Denver 35. Kevin Matt. Whoa, to the 22-yard line. On first down, it's Biner this time. Can't get outside, and there was Andre Townsend again.
Right now, Kosar going into the noisy end of the stadium.
6 seconds on the 30-second clock. 4, 3, 2. Throwing for Langhorne, touchdown. Reggie Langhorne. The Browns have capitalized.
When they got that touchdown pass, then maybe a little bit of doubt entered into our minds, because going up to that point, we felt like they weren't going to score.
So now the game changes. Now, instead of being down 18, you're down 11 with a quarter and 3/4 still to go.
I don't know what it was that Kosar saw, but I believe he was calling an audible the minute he lined up, came out to the line of scrimmage. Under great pressure with the dog, drops that ball to Langhorne in front of Dennis Smith.
18-yard touchdown for the Browns. Johnson hits it high and deep. Ken Bell will not run it out. So from the 20, Elway starts out in the shotgun, first down. Right on the money. Mark Jackson, one of the 5'9" amigos. Double tight end with Kay on the right side, and Mobley now in motion from the right side. It's the Ram blocker, but it doesn't work that time. As Reggie Camp submarining with help. 3rd and inches. Well, they will often sneak in this situation. Not this time. Easily for Lang, but a flag goes down right in the center of the pile, and the Browns say they saw a hold. Let's see if that's what the officials call.
Holding, offense, number 62.
So 3rd and 10.5. Elway runs into his own man and finally throws it complete to Jackson, who gets a first down and more. He may go all the way.
You're on the field, and all you're thinking is, this daggone Elway.
You're saying to yourself, this guy is a pain in the neck.
John had done it so many times that year, the year before, ever since he'd been there, where you sit there and you say, oh my goodness, we're getting ready to get sacked, and then he jumps around and actually ran into one of his own players on that particular play and still hits Mark Jackson. And Mark makes a great run.
Mark Harper misses the tackle, and then I see safety, Felix Wright. I just knew if I could make a move on Felix, I didn't see anything. And put a little stutter step on him, and he fell for it. I took off, and I'm sprinting down the sideline, and all I see is the end zone, and all I'm thinking about is the glory that's going to come to me. People on the sideline, when I look back at it, are like they're at a horse race, and they're like waving you in. Come on, man, make it, make it, make it. Well, I think a horse, a gorilla, a monkey, and about 3 orangutans jump on my back at about the 15-yard line, and my butt starts to tighten up and everything. And I take a look back to see if there's anybody following me, and I'm thinking, why is this guy chasing me? Let me go to the end zone. And he makes a dive right at the end there as I fall into the end zone. So needless to say, totally out of gas.
He barely gets it in the end zone, but if you look at the play, he started in motion, went across the field, came all the way back across the field, turned and went upfield. Saw John scrambling, came back for him, and then, ended up going 80 yards. So he probably ran about 120, 130 yards on that particular play, and Mark did a great job of getting that ball in the end zone.
The longest touchdown play in postseason history.
Messed up. I just playing, man. I play him, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm reading him. I'm looking for that deep dig over there on my side. And he didn't look my side. I just playing the ball.
two north-south runners. He gets 5. Again for only a yard. Jim Ryan and Ricky Hundley collaborate. 28-10, Denver leads. 8 minutes left, third quarter. Biner complete at the 37. Rick Dennison made the tackle. Kosar wide open is Langhorne, and the saving tackle by Dennis Smith. 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Kosar to Biner, well thrown. Ernest Biner, touchdown.
Bernie Kosar was interesting right off the bat. Tall, gangly. I mean, he still looked like a little kid, even in his third and fourth year in the NFL. Not great mobility. In fact, absolutely awkward at times. Had to develop a style where he had one foot back so he could get away from the center more quickly because he was getting run over by his own lineman.
Biner caught the touchdown pass. We had supposed to be a 3-deep zone. We had a couple guys playing 2-deep zone. We were supposed to have 4 guys pass rushing. We only had 3 guys pass rushing. It was really a mental problem on our part.
Kosar has a brilliant mind, and he knew how to use that mind to effectively help his team in all kinds of situations.
Was that a touch play by Kosar? We've seen the power game